Hello, my name's Erin Elizabeth, and I'm coming to you from Mysteries in Penrith in Australia. And I am a psychic medium, and I like to deliver messages to people in order to help them along their path and their journey and for guidance. And so it's like tuning into a radio station, it's tuning into the frequency which connects with you and relates to you. And you might watch a few minutes of this and go, yeah, that's not for me. Or you might go, wow, this is really connecting with me. Either response is perfectly fine. And I am here to today deliver some messages through the divination tool of tarot and also using some oracle cards from the Kyle Gray Raise Your Vibrations deck. I know that's reversed for you, but you will get the gist, as we say here in Aussie. So I'm going to do a little bit of a tarot oracle sandwich where we do a few cards from each of them. And this will be guidance into this week, which is beginning, let me just check, the 19th of January 2026, and seeing what's in the cards for us as a collective. So I'll begin with 3 cards from the tarot. Okay, so what we have is the King of Cups, the Devil reversed, and the Chariot. So let me speak to these cards that are here. You need to be the master of your emotions even when you are triggered. When you are triggered by past behaviors, past negative thought patterns, triggered by people, places, and things that you thought you had moved on from or that you have wanted to move on from, but you feel a little bit stuck in, and you might be at risk of feeling a little bit doubtful and a little bit down on yourself as a result of those things rearing up. It's because they're ready to be released. They're ready to be healed. They're ready to be looked at and acknowledged, not to be run away from and not to be shied away from. And certainly not to be resentful for the experience or ashamed of what came from that. When we hold shame in our body and it stays there and it gets stuck, it can manifest itself into physical illness, tiredness, fatigue, clunkiness, blockages, things not flowing well in your life. So, as uncomfortable as it might be to face our inner demons or how we respond to other people's perceived inner demons, is really, really important. It's important for our health on so many levels: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. So, mastering your emotions comes from you stopping or pausing before you react. It's very easy to fall back into the patterns that you are used to, and that means patterns of thinking and patterns of response. So the power of the pause, and if that is the one thing that you take away from this reading, is the power of the pause, then you are one step closer to getting on top of perhaps those things that you react to and then feel ashamed of your reactions. And our Chariot here is just saying, plow through. You steer your own ship. You know, don't let somebody else come in and determine what your emotional response should be, or give your power away and say, they made me feel like this. No, what they did was trigger something within you, and it's up to you to determine and dig deeper into, well, what did it trigger within me and why? And perhaps they did you a favor because they allowed that to rise up. And when things rise up, we can look at it and we can release it and we can heal from it. So it's also about thanking the discomfort, thanking the challenges, and thanking those people that make us feel uncomfortable, because it's up to us to look at why. Why do we feel uncomfortable? So, wow, that kind of packs a punch to start with, doesn't it? And so here comes the sandwich filling, so to speak. and we've got our Raise Your Vibrations Oracle card. And they're going to line up really nicely underneath. Well, I don't know about nicely, just as they need to. So let me choose 3 cards. This one's to sit underneath the King of Cups. This one here is to sit underneath the Devil reversed. And this last one is to sit underneath the Chariot. And so our message from our King of Cups, being that he's the master of emotions, facing my shadow removes darkness from the world. So what were we just talking about? What was the message that was just coming through? So facing my shadow, I know this is reversed for you, facing my shadow removes darkness from the world. So your shadow holds darkness in the world, and people respond to that energy and that darkness that resides within you that has not been acknowledged or accepted or healed. You know, the shadow self is there to teach us something about ourselves and not to just be dissolved and removed without the acknowledgement and the lesson that comes from that. So facing the shadow teaches us so much about ourselves. It teaches us our worth. So think about something that you've been really fearful of or reluctant to be involved in because you're in your fear. And it's the inner demon, it's the inner doubt. Not good enough, lack of confidence, whatever it is. I think for each of you, you know what that is. And when you actually face that fear, how good it feels, how light you feel, how, oh my goodness, I'm glad that's over. But wow, that actually turned out better than I thought it would. Or, geez, that was bloody hard and I'm glad I'm through it. But you know what? I survived it. And what have I learned? How not to repeat those mistakes, or how to not repeat those mistakes. So facing my shadow removes darkness from the world. And you got this because it's sitting underneath this King of Cups, which is the master of your emotions. So you can keep these shadows in check. It's not going to consume you. And I think sometimes that's the fear. If I go into the darkness, is it going to consume me? And at this point in time, the message is no, it is not going to consume you. So the card's sitting underneath the Devil. And the Devil is in reverse, remember? So we're kind of in fear of the things that are going to rise up within us. And that's the shadow. Take the weight of the world off your shoulders. It's not going to be as bad as you think. You will survive it and you will be better because of it. A better version of yourself. An aspect of yourself has finally been worked on and acknowledged and moved through. There is no fear here. There is no fear here. But sometimes we also have to acknowledge fear is our friend. It keeps us safe, or it tells us what's really important to us. So it's your job to determine which category that sits in. And sitting underneath our Chariot, we have my high vibes heal the world. So when you act with determination and faith and trust in yourself and your direction, because you're not doing things on other people's terms, you're doing things on your own terms in a way that suits you and a way that feels right for you, and that raises your vibrations. It raises your vibrations when you trust yourself and you run your own show. Doesn't mean that we don't need help from time to time, but in this particular instance, this is about you. And as a result of raising your vibrations, it's validation and confirmation that it helps to heal the world. You're not stuck in the woe is me, and giving your power away to other people to make your life better. That you're stepping up and looking at the shadow self and doing something about it and deciding it's time to learn from it and heal from it and replace it with something of a higher vibration. And that then has the ripple effect of healing the world, or taking your part in healing the world. So, you know, a little vision has come to mind. It's like those people who go through a drive-through and they pay for the person behind them. You know, when you do the work on yourself, there's a payoff for other people that are around you. And let's finish off the sandwich with 3 more of these tarot cards. So sitting underneath the king, the master of the emotions, saying that it's safe for you to face your shadows. We have temperance, and this is about the beautiful balance of health, mental, physical, um, emotional, social, spiritual, and considering all those aspects of your life. This shadow work can come up in any of those aspects. And so for some people, it might be that the physical needs to be looked at first. And then that means there's a backtracking to what was the emotional cause of the physical ailment or difficulty or challenge. Because, you know, stemming from those emotions that are unhealed and as wounds, left untreated, become the physical ailments. So it's tracing things back. I constantly have this lower back pain, and tracing back from that. And there are many, many good books about the body, the emotional body, physical body connection. And I would encourage you to grab one of those and start to make the connection between, you know, what's happening in the physical for you that you'd like to change and what it is related to. So underneath our devil in reverse is so not fearing the fear, and it's taking the weight of the world off your shoulders when you face that fear. We have the Page of Pentacles. It offers you new beginnings, new holistic health, new ventures forward, new confidence, and sort of tapping back into that innocence of the inner child before the wound began. That's cool, huh? And then the card that's going to sit underneath the Chariot and My High Vibes Heal the World. You know, when you take the reins and you raise your vibrations, it has that ripple effect. And there is recognition for that and an ascension possible. So it leads you to leveling up, ascending. You've been recognized for the work that you've done. And yes, I'm talking about it as if you have already done it, because you have. You have. You are ready for this message. And so you've already begun the work. And so you are already ascending to this new level. So that is, I'm so excited about that. So I will be coming to you on a regular basis. And if you have any feedback, like comments, want to just say hi, I'm here. I'd like to reach out and build a community. We already have this beautiful community here at Mysteries in Penrith. We are a retail store, but that's just kind of in the background. We're a little education centre for all things spiritual and community-based. We do readings and healings here in person and online. We do workshops and courses and all sorts of things, but we do it with heart, and we come from the heart, and we're here to help guide people. So reach out. There'll be a link to our website and the Facebook page, Mysteries, and would love for you to reach out and say hi and be connected to our community. So big love from Mysteries in Penrith, and I'll see you, or you'll see me, for the next message. Right, big love.